Hey everybody, it's the Bald Man once again. Today we are going to be talking about inflation, more specifically two tools we use to help calculate the inflation rate. So the first thing we're going to talk about is CPI, which stands for Consumer Price Index. Generally speaking, this keeps track of the inflation of stuff in the market basket. The market basket is 200 plus goods and services that people that live in and around cities need in order to live there comfortably. So why do they like to track inflation in and around cities, guys? Because that's where the majority of our population lives nowadays. So it's very important to keep track of that. All right, so the formula to find CPI is market basket. That's what the MB stands for. It stands for market basket over here. Market basket of the target year over the market basket of the base year times 100, and that should give us our CPI. Now, the market basket is in dollars, right? So that's how we need to think of the market basket. Now, as far as how do we plug these numbers into the formula to make sense of this? All right. So anytime we're working our way across, guys, we're working our way across these rows, whatever number is in the market basket, that is going to be the target year. So that's going to be our numerator as we work our way across these rows. If, however, we're working our way down the column, right, we're working our way down the column, then that needs to be the denominator for that year. So in 2010, the market basket is 20. 20 is going to be my denominator in all the problems as we work our way down this column. We're looking at 2011, the market basket is 25. So that needs to be the denominator anytime we're working our way down this column here. And when we're working on 2012, the market basket is $35. So anytime we're working our way down this column here, 35 needs to be our denominator. All right, so first thing, I'm going to get rid of the stuff that's easiest first, right? 20 over 20 is going to give me 1 times 100. That's going to give me 100. And if we work our way diagonally, we'll find out that all of these are going to be 100. Why? Any number over itself times 100 is going to equal 100. All right, so now I'm going to work my way down this column right here. So now, in order to find the CPI for 2011 using 2010 as the base year, it's going to be, I'm going to need to use 25 as the numerator over 20. So it's going to be 25 divided by 20. I get 1.25 times 100. The CPI is 125. What does that mean? It means inflation went up 25% from the previous year. Now let's look at 2012. 35 is the market basket. This is also the target year, so that's my numerator. But my denominator is going to be 20. So it's going to be 35 divided by 20, and that's going to give me 1.75 times 100. It'll be 175. All right, now I'm going to work my way down the second column. It's going to be 20 over 25. So I put 20 over 25, I get 0.8. 0.8 times 100, I get 80. All right. Now, I'm looking for 2012 as my target year. Base year 2011, it's going to be 35 divided by 25, and that's going to give me 1.4 times 100, 140. All right, so we're almost done with CPI, guys. In this case, we're going to be looking for 2010 with a base year of 2012. So it's going to be 20 divided by 35, and that's going to give me 0.57. Multiply that times 100, I get 57. All right, now for 2011, it's going to be 25 because that's my market basket for 2011, divided by 35 because that's the base year we're working with. That's the numerator, right? The numerator, denominator. That's going to give me 0.71. Multiply times 100, it'll be 71. And that is how we find our CPI using the information that they give us. So please, please, please remember to learn your equation for finding CPI. so we can set this up and plug in the numbers as we need, anywhere we need them. All right, so let's talk about GDP deflator now. How is the GDP deflator similar to CPI? Well, they both track inflation. Difference here is the CPI only tracks inflation of the stuff that's in the market basket, while the GDP deflator tracks inflation of everything. All right, so I gave you the formula here, right, which is nominal GDP over real GDP times 100 will give us our GDP deflator. All right, so let's just plug in the formula here, right? It says if nominal GDP is 120 billion and real GDP is 100 billion, what is the deflator? All right, so I'm going to take the 120 billion, I'm going to divide that by 100, and I'm going to get 1.2 times 100, and that's going to give me 120 as my deflator. I'm sorry, it should not be 120 billion because the deflator is not monetary value, it's a numerical value. All right, so the deflator is 120 in this case. Now, they could make it so that they give you real GDP, but they don't give you nominal GDP, and they tell you the deflator is 120, right? It's really easy, guys. All you have to do is solve for X. And if they give you the real GDP, they don't give you real GDP, but they do give you nominal GDP, you would just swap them out, and you would still have to solve for X. So please help yourself and learn the GDP formula as well as the formula for finding CPI. If you guys have any questions, please let me know.